Whoa, did you see that? 1.2 million in a single month on a client account. That is crazy. And the craziest part is the months leading up to it, we're increasing in strength. What I want to do for you today really quickly is number one, really help you process that. $1.2 million in a single month. If you're thinking it's e-com, it's not, it's all digital products. So you can do the math on that. Those of you guys that are in the know are in the know, And I want to kind of break down the story and the framework of how this came together because I think it's actually really, really interesting. So back in 2016, I sat down with a friend of mine and he paid me. He said, hey, I want to figure out how this digital product space works. And I've had sessions like that before where I break everything down and nobody does anything, but this particular friend of mine is an intellectual type. He's an action taker. So we went ahead, we laid out an entire blueprint for which is the process that we internally follow for building out digital products. And I laid all of that out for him. And we created this amazing mind map where everything was laid out. It was crystal clear. And I thought, oh, okay, maybe he'll do something with it, maybe he won't. Well, fast forward a year and a half later, he had scaled that company to 6-figure months consistently. And I was excited to bring us on board to help scale to the next level. And from there, we worked together in close partnership and built a lot of amazing systems, built a lot of ascension processes, architected, CRM flows, ascension flows, email automations, entire product portals that are dynamic depending on the tagging that you have within your email or within your CRM system, which is really cool because you can show dynamic banners depending on what interest somebody has or what products they bought previously. Some of those things and all those things coming together resulted in kind of the type of results that you see here, in addition to my buddy obviously being an absolute wizard at what he does. But I wanted to kind of shed some light on this. These case studies are typically something that we completely reserve. It's very, very private. This particular client said, hey, you can share this, just, let's be cognitive about revealing any key trade secrets. So we're keeping it really macro here. I want to break down for you, number one, the thought process behind this launch and maybe the top 3 to 5 components that made it as big as it was, and then potentially give you the opportunity to get your hands on that same mind map that my buddy and I drafted together and share that with you so you can see what you would end up doing with it. Let's dig into it. So the first thing is the power of community and the importance of growing an email list. This launch was backed by email after email after email. Some of those emails doing $70,000 in a single email. So that was a big part of it, is nurturing that community and creating that emotional rapport and making people feel like the products that you're creating for them are actually for them. That was a huge part of it. And running ads profitably. That was the second part. Creating content that was viral, that validated the product immediately. The moment that somebody saw the ad, they wanted the product. That was their initial response, was desire. So architecting that on a deep psychological level within the creatives in a way that made the company and the offer enticing. And then number 3 is optimizing the funnel to absolute death. Thousands of split tests, I believe. And then going through and architecting an ascension process that allows you to spend traffic at a particular cost range without having your CPA climb too high. So making your average order value offset your cost to actually acquire that customer. And having all of that come together with a great vision, fun product, a really creative team. That is what it took to get that organization to that level. Now, if that sounds good to you, you're probably wondering, well, that's all great, but what was in that mind map? What were the steps that they took to get to this point several years from launching to be able to have these types of numbers? Well, I'm gonna run you through that very, very quickly. So if you want the mind map, here's essentially what it breaks down. There's 3 components. The first is product catalog design. You wanna have a product catalog that has price points within a variable range that match the buying behavior of the audience that you are pursuing. For example, if somebody only has $100, but you have a $1,000 product, you're gonna have difficulty capturing that value within the market, and that value is distributed unevenly in different pockets. And the only way that you could find out for your niche or market where those pockets are is by testing, right? I mean, think of it this way. A lot of people work hard just to pay off their BMW, Mercedes, Audi, midsize car. Some people go buy Lambos like their snacks, and then other people own Pagani Zondas and Bugattis, which are cars that cost more than other people's entire houses, right? So the discrepancy of the environment is already there. And the more that you can spread yourself out across that pricing spectrum with your product, the better off you're gonna do. Plus, as part of product catalog, you wanna have a couple key components. Number one, again, that price diversity. As much price diversity as possible, from 0 to 7 to 100 to 1,000 to 10,000 to 100,000, like how high can you go and how many points can you cover? That's what we think of when you think of product catalog. There's a couple other layers to it. We also think avatars. So which products are gonna be best for who at their particular point in time or in their journey, right? Somebody who wants a $25,000 mastermind might be very different from someone who's looking to just get into the content game and make their first video. Two very, very different archetypes. So you want to make sure that your product catalog is catered to the avatar that you're speaking to, that your marketing is very clean, clear, direct, and you have a clear USP for the problem that that product solves. See a lot of people trap themselves in this issue as well, where they have a product catalog. It's maybe diversified, but it kind of spills over. It's like different things solve different things. Then what happens is, confused buyers don't buy. So if they're confused about your offering or your product catalog, there's such a thing as having too many products. Maybe it's time to simplify as well. So that's the first pillar that my buddy and I sat down and we broke down exactly what the product catalog was going to be, what we were going to put in as far as, lead magnets to collect emails, tripwires to ascend them, core offers that we were going to sell consistently, recurring programs that would allow for monthly recurring revenue so that operational costs were covered, as well as ascension products so that we can maximize the average order value when somebody hits the cart and sell them additional products to be able to offset the acquisition costs so that we could spend more, go into new markets, and kind of snowball the company. And really taking a look at the checkout conversion and average order value so that we could offset those CPAs and acquisition costs, get those CPAs down, get average order value up, and scale out to new markets and snowball the company forward with momentum. So that created a really, really powerful effect there with just having a product catalog that was comprehensive. The second thing we broke down was funnel architecture. And this is equally, if not more important, is how do people actually get to those products? Is the checkout optimized? Is the landing page optimized? What about load speed? What about heat mapping? What about the ads tracking? Is our tracking configured? Are we utilizing ascension models? Are we using retargeting? Are we utilizing cart abandon? Are we utilizing every possible tool we have within the arsenal of that funnel architecture? Think journey from somebody not knowing you to knowing you and buying from you. And that's a very personal experience. So the more that you can architect that in a way that makes them feel taken care of, the better, right? Think of going and purchasing something from an Apple store. It's typically very easy. Again, their funnel architecture is very smooth, it's very sleek, it's very polished. Other companies, not so much, right? Like you can visualize the difference between a first world and a second, third world buying experience. It's very, very easy to go order something on Amazon. You bring up your phone, you click, I want thingy, please ship to my house. It's literally that easy. So with that being the psychology of the market, where do you need to be with digital products and the funnel architecture of your actual product catalog positioning to be able to captivate attention, get people to convert, and get them to convert consistently so that you can scale your business predictably. So that's the funnel architecture side. That's all the landing page stuff. That's, new funnels like webinars, challenges, all of these things are things that we've kind of architected within the model. And the last and final pillar is the content strategy. So that's the content strategy when it comes to organic content. If you have somebody who's an influencer that you're working with, to be able to get out to their audience, to connect with their audience, and most importantly, maybe to preserve that rapport that that influencer has with their audience while they are conducting business or presenting the product so that they can present that product in the correct way so their audience receives it well is extremely, extremely, extremely important. And also going above and beyond with that content model of saying, hey, we want to take some of this content, we want to turn it into paid traffic. How do we go about making that paid traffic convert at scale so that we can maintain profitability as we acquire new leads, as we acquire new customers, as we expand into new markets? So again, that's product catalog design by price, that's funnel architecture by avatar, and that's content strategy by channel or medium, right? There's a very different strategy that's required for YouTube versus Instagram, etc. So that's kind of what we do, and that's what we laid out. So if you want to get your hands on the exact same mind map that I use with my buddy, that then he was able to implement and turn into a company and did $1.2 million, click the link down below this video, get it, you're gonna love it, go through it and ask questions. What's something that you would love to know more about? Maybe it's how to structure a great first product. Maybe it's, what do you do if my funnel's not performing? Maybe it's, hey, how do I get my content to resonate with people on a deeper level? Whatever the case, comment down below this video, and I can't wait to hear from you. And maybe I'll make a special video specifically on that topic. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, this has been lessons from a $1.2 million per month launch. I hope you found it captivating. I hope you found it intriguing. I hope you found it meaningful. Again, a lot of the stuff that we break down inside our private mentoring program. We break down with our top clients. So if this is something that you have a qualified business and you want to work with us, there's going to be a link there. And grab the mind map anyway. Honestly, I think you're going to get a lot out of it. And it might bring up some questions for you that turn into ideas, that turn into revenue, that turn into profit, that turn into happy thoughts. All right, so if that sounds good to you, click the link down below, get the exact mind map that we used to implement, and go through it, get a lot out of it, enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content about entrepreneurship and how to build a great company. And as always, live your life to the fullest. This has been Mikhail with Hustle System. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you found it useful. I will see you in the next one. Boom.